back thumb in so that the back hoop would go onto our wrist. And so you'll notice here, if your hoops are really hitting each other, it might be that your wrists need to be, your forearm needs to be parallel to the ground. And you can kind of dolphin here. You guys will see what works for you. And yeah, how we got out of this is we caught the front hoop in our hand, pushed it out, and then we grabbed the second hoop, and then we did a quick turn, and we found ourselves here. We took one hoop in each hand. From here we did our isolation where we isolated down to the bottom of the hoop, flipped the hoops, isolate along the outside, flip, isolate inward, flip, isolate outward. So that's a nice little jazzy technique, and it led us right into threading the needle. So we took both palms pointing up, and we have our hoops pointing in towards each other. One's in front and one's behind. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna bring our hoops out and they're gonna move towards each other. As soon as the hoops clear each other, we're gonna switch which one's in front. So push one hoop forward, pull the other one back, and then let them both go. They'll drop towards each other and then bring them up. So here it's same time, opposite directions. So your hoops are turning at the same time, going towards each other. And I can make a little slow motion video for you guys. If you're struggling with this, send me a message and we can make that happen. Then from here, we lifted our hoops. Actually, we brought them onto our body. So you can jump into them, take them to the waist. We hooped 2 around the waist, and then we lassoed the top hoop like this. And we had 2 options from here. Well, first of all, you can just dance because you got 2 hoops on. Second, if you're a shoulder hooper, you can bring one arm in and lift that hoop up to your shoulders. And then if you want to from here, you can lasso just from the chest up to the wrist. And then we worked on 2 hoops on the wrist. So remember, it helps to have your elbow bent, and then you can turn in the direction of the hoop. That helps you keep it up as well. There's little techniques you'll notice. If you want to bring this one back down, you're just going to try and grab it and turn. Then you can place it on your waist. And the second way that we did that was if you're a waist hooper, so you lasso one hoop, switch hands, and then lasso the second hoop and turn with it. So that one can be a little trickier just because it's bigger distance. And then we moved into 2 hoops in the hand. We had them going the same direction. We practiced changing the directions. We practiced stepping and bouncing with it. And then we worked on our calves. So the hoop that is on a falling current starts at the bottom. The hoop that's on a rising current starts at the top. You bring them in towards each other and switch. And the final thing we worked on was our tracing isolation with 2 hoops. So one hoop is in front of you, the second hoop goes over your body, and it rests on the other wrist. And then you can work on keeping that hoop parallel to the ground as you isolate the front hoop. And then some of us worked on smearing, which is just turning the back hoop as you isolate the front hoop. And that sums up our first class. Thank you for being here.